Daybreak continues here on a Friday morning. This is the second day of February 2024, and from Veritas Classical School in Sylacauga, we welcome Director Ms. Marcy Davidson and Event Coordinator Ms. Laura Bevels. Ladies, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us today. And Laura, we'll start with you as the Event Coordinator. Tell us a little bit about the school itself.
We have pre-K, 4-year-olds all the way to seniors. We're a classical Christian-based school. This is my second year with Veritas, so Marcy knows more about the school itself. So,
well, Marcy, let me toss it to you. This school has got to be one of the best kept secrets in the area.
Yes, I do agree. I've been told by many people that we need to advertise more, and we will. We'll
talk about the school just a little bit more.
We are from K4 to seniors, and we have students from, we currently have students from K4 all the way up to 11th grade right now. We have graduated 3. All 3 went to college, 2 with scholarships, and all 3 of them were out of state. So we have graduated some.
So whose dream was this to begin with?
It was mine.
Really? Wow.
It was mine. Dream, God impressed on my heart 6 years ago about starting the school here in Sylacauga, and He's provided the way.
I was about to say, I'm sure you had to jump through a lot of hoops to get this done.
I have to say, God has laid everything out every time. There's never been a need that we've had that hasn't been met. Everything, God has just laid everything out.
Wow, that is fantastic, and we appreciate both of you being here this morning. Now, Laura, you got to keep kids busy, you know, and
yes.
What about some of the events we got going on?
Well, we have just about every month we have some type of event. Every last Wednesday of every month we have local restaurants come in and feed our students. This past Wednesday we had La Costa. They came in and all the kids got La Costa.
Now this is, people say, well, where is the school? Where is it?
We're located in Sylacauga First Assembly in Oak Grove.
On the hill.
On the big church on the hill.
Is it a church school, or is it you're just leasing?
Our facility is housed in their school.
Okay,
yes.
All right, okay. So a lot of events going on for the kids and their families and prospective families as well.
We keep our kiddos busy. From something as little as having La Costa to big events, which is the one we're talking about today, our art field trip. So, but we have a field trip just about every month, sometimes 2. But so they always have something to do, even around the holidays with Dr. Seuss Week coming up and 100th day of school. We have plans for all those days. Wow. So we're always pretty busy.
We keep Miss Lori busy.
Yeah.
I keep busy.
Yeah. Marcy, talk about the vision for the school and why you would start the school.
Okay, so when 6 years ago I started, this is I think my 18th year as a teacher. I was in public school for 11 years. I came out and taught in a traditional private school.
Was this in the local area or somewhere else?
It was in Alexander City.
Okay.
I taught 1 year at Faith Christian Academy, and then some parents and I kind of put our heads together and we found Veritas Christian Classical School. Our mother school is actually in Alpharetta, Georgia, and there are many branches from that throughout the Southeast, us being one of them and the most rural. You're going to see a lot of your Veritas Christian Classical Schools in Memphis.
Major cities in
the major cities in the Southeast. So they're keeping an eye on us because we're their first rural school in the area. And so I started teaching at a Christian Classical School in Alexander City the first year, and we were having prayer and devotion first thing that morning with my little 5th and 6th graders. And as the kids started going to the altar, well, they had made an altar right in our classroom, and they just started praising and praying and kneeling down and praying for each other.
Wow.
And I was standing there in awe, and then it was almost as if I heard God's voice at that very moment. And he told me, he said, I want you to equip my children for battle. I want you to prepare them and equip them for what is to come.
Did you say, God, you got to be talking to the wrong person?
You know, I had... At the beginning of my teaching career, if you had told me that I would be sitting right here, I would have laughed at you. But from that day on, doors just started opening, and we ended up in Sylacauga. And we love the pastoral staff at Sylacauga First Assembly. Yes, they are. They welcome all of our children and always have. But my vision and goal for our school is, number one, spiritually, to equip them and with God's Word and teach them how to be successful in today's time. And we all know what's going on in this crazy world that we live in these days. And so that is my ultimate mission. Secondly, to turn them to teach them how to learn. Academically, I want to teach them how to learn, not just to teach them. I think that knowing how to learn is very important to being successful at anything you put your hand to do in any career that you choose in your path.
Director Ms. Marcy Davidson, along with event coordinator Ms. Laura Bevels, our guest this morning from Veritas Christian Classical School here in Sylacauga. I've heard, and I've never been, to the Ark Encounter. Talk about that a little bit.
The Ark Encounter, it is built life-size to the dimensions to the T of the Bible. It is 3 levels high. It has simulation things where it's hands-on. It says it takes us about 6 hours just to get through the Ark itself. And we're also doing the Creation Museum that goes along with it, where it breaks down the different, how they took care of the animals on the Ark, how they didn't just put all full-size animals on the Ark. They break it down to, okay, these were babies that when the 40 days were over, they were able to reproduce as they gotten older. And the Creation Museum is hands-on as well.
So you guys are going to this, right?
Yes, we are.
Our first big out-of-state field trip.
Yes,
we're excited.
It is, we'll be leaving out on a Thursday, May the 2nd, and we'll be back on May the 5th. So we'll be gone 3 nights and 4 days. And we are trying our best to help all of our kiddos that are wanting to go to raise funds for them, so everybody has the same opportunity.
So how are we doing this?
The first fundraiser that we have done so far for this is it's an ark that I'm sure you've seen it with other events that have numbers on them, and people pick a number and they donate that amount. So if they pick square one, they donated $1. That's our first fundraiser. But this fundraiser that we're here for today is our very big fundraiser. When I first started it, I was like, we'll have a little bit, but it has turned out to be a huge success.
Yay.
The local businesses have went above and beyond for us and donating to our silent auction, because we're doing that as well for the Pasta for a Purpose is the name of our event. We will be having the silent auction as well as a cake auction that night, and the spaghetti plates for $10 a piece. We plan to have a lot of fellowship and fun, and the kids that are going on the Ark are actually going to be helping serve,
preparation work.
Yes, throughout that day.
Clean up.
Yes, they will be helping do all of that to earn to help with their trip expenses.
Okay. What is the draw for this school? What would get people to stop and say, I'm gonna take a look at this school?
Well, I tell you, first of all, God is the center in everything we do. I teach the children that we put God in the center of everything. He comes first. And it's because of Him that we have the school. Second of all, we try to create more of a home type atmosphere in all of our classrooms. It is a small classroom size, and we teach them, like I said, how to learn. And I keep going back to that because there's a difference. Because you can teach them material. You can teach them and they can go take a test on it and be fine. But if you teach them the process of learning, then there's not anything that they can't do. And so I think that's one of the draw. Another draw is that we have a very family-centered atmosphere, and we take care of those children like they're our very own. And during those 8 hours, we consider them ours, and even the little things matter.
So is this like 8 till 3 or?
Yes, we have, school starts at 8 and it lasts till 3. But we do have a before and after school program.
Okay.
Children are able to arrive as early as 6:30 and stay as late as 5:30. And so that helps our parents out a lot. We are a 4-day academic week with the 5th day being optional. Some of our families choose to send their children on Friday. Some of them opt to keep them at home. And it allows our families to have a longer weekend too.
Yeah.
But we do have a magnificent athletic program with Dr. Douglas here in town. He comes every Friday and does a tennis program and an agility program with our children, and they love it. So
I bet.
Even our older kids like to come on Fridays because they get to participate in the tennis program. We also have a drama club that meets on Fridays. And we also have some of our older students who will come on Fridays to have extra tutoring if needed.
Is there any government funding or anything in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
We are totally funded by parental tuition. We are a debt-free facility. We have no debts. We operate totally independent of any type of help.
Talk about the educators that are there. You know, we as parents and grandparents, we just don't want to send our kids anywhere.
Right.
Well, most of our teachers are certified. I have, through Veritas Classical Schools in Alpharetta, Georgia, I have a licensing agreement. And I have stipulations that I have to follow by as the owner of the school. And in that are certain standards and things that our teachers have to go by. For example, my kindergarten teacher is 28 years. No, this is actually her 30th year into teaching that age group. And my pre-K teacher also has experience. She came from a public school setting. I have all of my certifications in education. All of our teachers that are teaching your core subjects are either certified through the state of Alabama or have a college education of some sort. For example, my high school science teacher, she's taken just as many pre-med classes at Auburn as I have English classes.
Wow.
And so, I mean, they have to meet certain stipulations in order to be there.
Fantastic. Laura Bevels, who is the event coordinator, a big event coming up, Pasta or Purpose. So
Yes, sir.
How can our viewers get involved in this?
Right now we are selling our $10 pre-sale tickets for the spaghetti dinner plates. You'll get spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and a drink. And That's on March the 1st at 6:30.
You know how I remember that? Because that's my birthday.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
you have to come out and we'll
There you go.
celebrate your
There you go.
birthday.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing right now, but we are still accepting donations for our cake auctions, the silent auctions. If anyone wants to donate or reach out for that, they can contact me directly. I'm always at the school, so, and I can go and meet. The next thing that we're going to be doing with it is getting all of our things together. We're going to be going live on our Veritas family page later today to showcase a lot of the donations that we have already received.
Yes.
I want to thank, we have so many businesses that have poured out their generosity and love towards this event. And Miss Marcy has some of those.
Yes,
if you want to thank some of those for us.
Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union had made a monetary donation of $500 to cover the food costs for our spaghetti dinners. Beeswax in Childersburg donated a $200 gift card. Lori's Curvy Closet donated a $100 gift card. We have Jessica Adams donated a Bellamy Beauty gift basket worth $600.
Wow.
I mean, it has just poured in, and we are humbled and just elated at such. I mean, the community has really come together to help send our students.
We're up against the clock just a little bit, but I do want to talk about very quickly how they can get in touch with you guys and how they can find out more about the school itself.
Yes, if they would like to call me, and my phone number is 256-267-3304. And my email is Lori, Lori, .bevels, BEVELS @gmail.com. And I will be able to answer any questions you have regarding the event and ticket sales and anything like that.
Marcy?
If they would like to get in touch with the school in general for academic questions or an interview time, they can call 256-596-0540. or 256-252-8580. That will get you to myself or my husband, who is also an administrator at the school, and we can get an interview time to come in and just tour the school at any point.
60 seconds to talk about what's on everybody's mind in our schools is security.
My husband is a certified police officer. And we keep the building locked down at all times. We have cameras in every room, and every hall, and in the gym. Everything is monitored, and like I said, we have a locked down school, and all of our, Joseph, my husband, has gone through all the training for school safety, and our teachers have gone through all the necessary drills and training to be able to keep our children safe.
So how many students we have at the school now?
Right at 65.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That is fantastic. God's been good, hasn't he?
Yes, he
Yes,
has.
he has. Yes, he has.
Do y'all have devotion there?
Yes, we do.
Oh, wow.
In the morning time, we gather as a school and have devotion and prayer. And sometimes, some mornings we have praise and worship. Sometimes we have a Bible study. Other times we just gather and we talk about different current events that are happening, and we look in the Bible and see, okay, what does God say about this? Which I think is the most important
Absolutely.
part
And
of
that's
the day.
30 minutes every morning before class.
Wow. That's so refreshing. Veritas Christian Classical School in Sylacauga, Director Ms. Marcy Davidson and Event Coordinator Ms. Lori Bevels. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
And let's
Thank
do
you
this
for having
again
us.
real soon,
Yes.
okay?
Absolutely.
And keep up with Pasta for a Purpose. That's coming up Friday, March the 1st.